Alright, so this video has to do with the angles in a triangle, and we're actually going to do an activity with patty paper. So Wednesday in class, I gave you a piece of patty paper, and it looks like kind of like a square, it's a square sheet of wax paper. And it's called patty paper because it's the paper they use to put between hamburger patties at the store. And what I want you to do with your patty paper is I want you to draw a dot at the top, anywhere at the top, and I want you to make a triangle. So I'm going to draw here to my bottom corner, and I want it to be pretty big, and then there. So there's my triangle, and the bottom of my paper is my triangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out my triangle real quick. So I'm going to pause it, cut my triangle out. Okay, and I'm back, and I have my nice triangle cut out. So if you know anything about a triangle, T-R-I, meaning 3, and that's because you have 1, 2, 3 angles in a triangle. So triangle meaning 3 angles. Well, what I want you to do is I want you to cut off those 3 angles. So I'm going to cut angle 3, angle 2, and angle 1. And what I want you to do is, what can we do with those 3 triangles? So this is angle 1 at the top, that's angle 3. I'm just going to put them together here. And I wonder, and this is angle 2, I wonder what do we notice about the 3 angles of a triangle. So I want you to pause, and I want you to think, what did you notice about those 3 angles of a triangle? Pause the video, think about it for a minute. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you saw that the 3 angles, when I cut them off, it formed a line. In fact, I can set them right there, and you see those 3 angles, and you can do this on your paper. It formed a line, meaning that the 3 angles of a triangle form a straight angle. Now, from the previous video, you've seen a straight angle, and you know that a straight angle is 180 degrees. Therefore, when you add up the 3 angles of a triangle, it's going to have to be 180 degrees. So angle 2, the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 1 from my triangle plus the angle of measure 3 from my triangle has to equal 180 degrees, because when I took 3 angles and put them together, it made a straight line, 180 degrees. I think that's pretty cool. Bet you didn't know you could cut up triangles. That's how we roll in this math class. Okay, so let's take a harder example here. It says determine the value of x. So they're giving you triangle XYZ, and they're telling you the angles. Angle x is 43 degrees, angle y is 119 degrees, and angle z is 2 times x degrees. And we need to know the value of x. So basically, we know the angles in a triangle add up to or equal 180 degrees. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say the measure of angle z plus the measure of angle y plus the measure of angle x has to equal 180. And then I'm going to fill them in. Well, what was the measure of angle z? It was 2 times x. What was the measure of y? 119 degrees. What was the measure of x? 43 degrees. And it has to equal 180 degrees because we just proved up here that when you put all 3 angles together, it makes a straight line, which is 180 degrees. So, okay, sorry, that was my phone. Alright, here, back to the triangle. So now, if I add the 2 angles up, then I can use that to make a new equation. So I'm going to add 119 plus 43. 9 plus 3 is 12, carry the 1, 4, 5, 6, 162. So 2 times x, and I combine these two, plus 162 has to equal 180. Well, now it's like a two-step equation. Now I just need to solve for x. So to get x by itself, I'm going to subtract 162. 0's your hero. And you're left with 2x because that canceled out. And now I take 180 and subtract 162. And I get 18. So 2 times the number equals 18. Oh, now we got it. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is equal to 18 divided by 2, which is 9. So x is 9. And if x is 9, this right here, 2 times x, 2 times 9, angle z would have to be 18 degrees. Okay, so one more example. Write and solve an equation to determine the value of x. Okay, so now we have a right triangle, and we know it's a right triangle because you can see the right angle right there. But a right angle is still a triangle, and so therefore the 3 angles will still add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to label them A, B, and C. And I know if I add up all 3 angles, the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C, that has to equal 180 degrees. And now I'm just going to fill in what I know. Well, easy right here, angle C is 30 degrees. Angle B is a right angle, and so we should know that a right angle is 90 degrees. And then angle A, that's the one we're trying to figure out, that's 5 times x. So the same thing here, we can add 90 plus 30 and simplify our equation. 90 plus 30 is 120. And then right now I just have a two-step equation, so I need to get x by itself. I'm going to subtract 120 on both sides. I want to cancel out the 120, that's why I subtracted it. 0's your hero! And you're left with 5 times x, and that's equal to 180 minus 120, which is 60. So 5 times the number is 60. Divide by 5. That's 1. 60 divided by 5 is 12. So x is 12. And then if we wanted to determine right here the angle A, 5 times x, 5 times 12, that would be 60 degrees. Alright, so I look forward to us doing some projects on this stuff in class. Thanks, guys.